Hello everyone, my name is Vikram Sharma and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. The topic that we are going to discuss today is feminism. This is like a very one of the most important topic in the subject of the political science and international relation optional, and especially for the students, those who are like pursuing their courses in the field of humanities. So they must see this topic eventually in a very important manner, and it is a hot topic of debate in all the important universities in India, whether you take the example of the Delhi University or the JNU or any other major campuses in the India. Even if we talk about the IITs and the major institutions like the elite IIMs, this topic has been a epicenter of debate from a very long time, that what kind of rights should be provided to the women in the society, irrespective of their caste, their status, and or due to any other reason. And we have already seen that the women's are always given a inferior status in our society. है ना? Their life is relegated only to the four walls, and they are not allowed to go outside the homes. They are only given the duties like mothering the babies. All such kind of works are only given to the women. And the feminism is such a kind of philosophy which talks about that it is not saying that thus and the discrimination or the women should be given more importance. It is right that the women should be given more importance into the society, but the theory of feminism just is just in nature. It says that men and women are born free and equal, and they should be given equal rights. You know, the women should be treated at par, in equality in the status as in comparison to the men. So both are equal in nature, and this is like. But some people in contemporary science, they have changed the meaning of the philosophy, and they have diverted it to some other section of the society. And many of the people used to give their own viewpoints, है ना? Or own meanings, own interpretation. See, interpretation and reinterpretation, these things should be given by the authoritative institutions, by the premier institutions, or by the elite institutions which are focusing upon this. It should not be done by the generalized people, like the interpretation of the constitution or the reinterpretation of the any authoritative text of the constitution should be done by the Supreme Court. It should not be done by the ordinary people. Similarly, over here, the meaning associated with the feminism should be done by the people, those who have contributed to this, the people, those who are studying about this topic from a very long time period, those who are doing research into this kind of topic. So they should be given the right to throw some light on this kind of topic. So that's why we are going to discuss about today the philosophy of feminism. Again, I'm saying to you that this topic is very much important from the perspective of political science and international relation optional into the UPSC civil services, as well as for the students who belong to the field of the humanity. For them also, the topic is given an equal kind of weightage. So when you will understand, we have dissected this topic into different divisions, like first wave of feminism or second wave of feminism. What are the key concepts associated with the feminism? We will be going into the depth of this topic. So let's understand this topic. What is this topic is all about? So what is feminism? Feminism is also, it is written, that is the meta-ideology. What is the meta-ideology? Basically, meta-ideology is the assimilation of a number of other ideologies. It is a you may say a combination of a number of ideologies, that we call it as the meta-ideology. There are different schools that are working, like the liberal feminism, radical feminism, socialist feminism. However, the common concern of all the scholars, those who have given their work upon the topic of feminism, the common concern of all the scholars is to end the discrimination against the women in the society. All are working, all are striving very much hard for the ending such kind of discrimination against the women in the society. How the concept can be traced to the French Revolution. Mary Wollstonecraft can be treated as a mother of feminism. She has also written a book, Vindication of Rights of Women. So this could be a equally important topic for all of you to understand that, like, if you're writing your answer into the mains, so you are going to start the topic of the feminism, because the questions related to this topic will be asked into your mains into the UPSC. So this could be your introduction to the answer writing. Okay, now we are focusing upon the waves of feminism. The first wave of feminism, what does it talk about? It was based on liberal ideology and is called as the liberal feminism. Liberal, basically the liberal societies we see as the way there is a freedom of speech and expression. You know? We may take the example of the American West, and even into the contemporary time, we are also granted such kind of rights. The India is also has granted the freedom of speech and expression. However, such rights are never absolute. If the rights come with some kind of restrictions, all right. So you know better about that. So at that point of time, it is also called a liberal feminism. It emerged in the social movement demanding right to vote. Right to vote. All of you know about that. Universal adult franchise or universal adult suffrage. Granting previously, if I go into the during the time period of the Bismarck. Bismarck was a very important person who can be traced for the unification of the Germany. And at that time, the Germany has also granted the universal male suffrage. This should be remembered by you. What was universal? That only men's were granted the voting rights. But now here they are demanding for the right to vote for the women. This movement was very much strong in the USA and NZ. New Zealand became the first country to grant the right to vote to the women in the 1893. So this is a very important point and this is a contribution to the first wave of feminism. Now we are moving towards the second wave of feminism. What does it talk about? So second wave of feminism, Betty Friedan, her book, The Feminine Mystique. In this, she has said about the struggle that was being done by the middle class women in the society, which had the right to vote. That women, she was having the right to vote, but it was observed that this women was suffering from some sense of dissatisfaction. That she has been given right to vote, as we already know about. We have discussed about that, but she was suffering from some dissatisfaction. She was into some kind of dilemma. So there was a need to conduct a research study upon this. So she conducted, the Friedan conducted a research study, and she concluded that the real problem is the patriarchal society. Why there is a dissatisfaction among the women in the society because of the male-dominated society. So this eventually became a very important topic of debate. And now, male-dominated society, you may take the example of the India or any other country, even the Western countries also. We have seen that there is a male domination into the society. So how this could be removed? So to understand that, you need to understand about what are the key concepts that are associated with the feminism. The first is the sex versus gender. See, what is sex? Sex is basically a biological term. It is not making any kind of stratification or classification among the people or the two races. But gender is more a socially structured term. Generally, it is said that the gender makes a kind of discrimination. It is making a kind of classification into the society. So that's why the first term is the key element of the feminism is the debate over the sex versus gender. Second is the patriarchy. This we have already discussed. That is a male-dominated society. And what about the rights of the women? Already we know about that even into the family, the women is not always considered as second. She is always secondary. Right? She will not be considered too much into the decision making. All the major decisions especially you may see into the Indian families also, are taken by the men's only. Right? And all whatever what kind of task is given to the women, like mothering the babies. Okay, and their personal life is almost relegated to the four walls. Okay, they are not allowed to go outside all this. And the third point is the personal is political. This is a normal point. That how it is a deeper one. The personal is political means that whatever the personal issues that the women are fighting inside the four walls, they should be made now political. And later on, into the contemporary sense, if you see, they are becoming global. Like Me Too campaign. The wave started from the USA, how it came to India. So all these, this is personal is political, that what is the personal grim of the women, it should also be made as the political nature. So in this lecture, we have understood about that what is the basic philosophy of the feminism is all about. And I think so. I hope that you have enjoyed the lecture. You have understood the basic philosophy, what is the idea behind the philosophy of the feminism. So I'm very much thankful to all of you for listening to me. If you liked our video, I request you to please share it, subscribe it. Thank you.